from Mom.
I'm good. I just put Kale, you grab that roll of wire underneath the fence there.
Yeah.
Just hang on to it there.
Pop said this farm used to be beautiful.
This farm was beautiful. 200 acres, one of the nicest in Versailles. See all that over there?
Yeah.
Well, that was ours. Pop's owned some really nice race mares. Big, beautiful female horses.
Maveland, Blue Jezebel, and Miss Moffat.
That's right.
Pop said he built those stalls and filled them with horses.
Yeah, he made a good living selling yearlings.
She wanted to keep the yearlings and race them.
Well, it got kind of hard. Watching horses born on this farm go on and win big races for somebody else.
So you got Pop to keep some of the yearlings so you could train them, race them?
You don't just keep them, Kale. They're not free. And brush down, Sonia.
Kale Crane,
Yes, ma'am.
are you working on your creative writing assignment?
Yes, ma'am.
What's your story about?
It's about a king and his castle and a magic horse.
I wasn't trying to sell Sonia, okay?
You lied to me. You said I'd always have Sonia Dore. You stood right there and said it. You raced her and she got claimed.
Well, welcome to the world of horse racing, Kale, where everything doesn't end up the way you want it to.
She wasn't for sale.
Every racehorse everywhere in the world right now is for sale. Get that?
She wasn't just some racehorse. She was our horse.
I told Pat that I was going to work the dinner shift tonight. Remember? You said you could go to Kale's school for parents' night?
8 o'clock, got it.
All right. Have a good time.
My shirt was wet and it smelled like French toast, so even though I threw up, I was happy my dad took me to the firehouse. The end. Thank you, Miss Richardson. Thank you.
Ben Crane,
Yes, ma'am.
I'd love you to read Kale's story. It's very inventive. It's right there in the blue folder. Come on up.
Once upon a time, there was a noble king. He lived in a beautiful castle overlooking green fields. An evil storm cast darkness over his castle, and before he knew it, dark nights had begun to take away his kingdom one piece at a time. But our king was a warrior, and he knew that if he could find his magic horse, he could restore the kingdom to greatness. He was not like most kings. He was quiet and kind. Everyone loved the king, which he may not have known. He searched and finally rescued his horse from a raging river. But by the time he'd freed his horse, his kingdom was gone and he had given up. But the horse knew better than he. The horse took him over mountain ranges and across raging rivers. When it finally looked like they would die, the horse asked him to trust him. And the king didn't know if the horse had really spoken to him or he just hadn't had anything to eat in a few days. Not soon after, the horse attempted to climb a mountain so steep the king was sure it would be their deaths. But the horse reached the top. And at the top they found his kingdom restored. All those who loved him greeted the king with pie and coffee. Bucky O'Crane. You keep these?
Yes.
I read your story tonight at school.
Stupid one about the king.
Yeah, the stupid king. I made mistakes, Gail. I'm sorry.
So you like the stupid king?
Yeah, I like a stupid king.
I love the stupid king.
He loves you too.